Hey cleaning family, it's Carolyn Arellano, your cleaning business mentor. And in this YouTube video, we are going to be discussing the many different types of insurance coverages that you can have for your service business, specifically your cleaning business. So be sure to stick around for the entire video. Hey cleaning family, so we are back with another educational and informational video that is sponsored by Next Insurance. Get customized cleaning business insurance that fits your needs. Next Insurance is your one-stop shop for cleaning business insurance. They make it easy for you to quickly get the coverage that you need at a very affordable price so that you can focus on your work, protect your employees, and your equipment. They specialize in business insurance for cleaners. Get a customized quote specifically for your business. Some categories are carpet cleaning, floor waxing, garbage collection, house cleaning, maid service, janitorial, pressure washing, septic tank cleaning, and window cleaning. Why do cleaning professionals need business insurance? Business insurance offers you protection from a wide range of accidents and business risks. From a customer slipping on a wet floor that you just mopped, to being accused of damaging property, or even worse, theft. Having the right types of insurance for your cleaning business means that you don't have to pay entirely out of pocket after an accident or to defend your business. I myself have had to replace a very expensive microwave, and I was very relieved when I called and found out that I only had to pay a deductible, which was only a fraction of the overall price. Now, had I not had insurance, I would have had to come out of pocket a little bit over $1,000. Now, this was no ordinary microwave. It was a pretty expensive microwave, but a lot of that also came with the removal and the installation. It was one of those microwaves that go right above a oven or a stove, so it actually had to be installed and hauled away. And as I mentioned, I was extremely relieved to find out that I only had to pay a deductible of, I think, $200. So again, a fraction of the price is what the deductible was for me. Let's get into liability insurance for your cleaning business. Cleaning liability insurance can help you cover costs if a client accuses you of damaging an expensive carpet or not following safety instructions and causing an injury. Next combines two types of liability insurance in their business insurance packages. General liability is the insurance coverage that most cleaning business owners buy. First, because it covers some of the most common accidents when you work with clients, which are property damage and injuries to non-employees. You'll have financial help if someone trips over your bucket and gets hurt accidentally, or you accidentally shatter an expensive vase. Errors and omission insurance, also known as professional liability, provides financial protection if your client claims you didn't do a good job or if you're accused of making a mistake that causes someone to lose money. Accurate or not, you could have had to pay to defend your business if they take legal action. Professional liability coverage will cover legal expenses or to amend the mistake that you may or may not have made. Now, the first insurance that we mentioned was liability insurance, which we all have heard of at one point or another. And as I mentioned, I have had to use or go through Next Insurance on more than one occasion. Now, please don't judge me because I have been in business for going on 6 years now, and I have had to make or utilize 3 claims for my insurance. Now, the first one that I mentioned was that microwave that somebody broke. Don't ask me how it got broken, but it was broken and we had to replace that microwave, and that was the first one. Another time that we had to go through our liability insurance was when we accidentally broke one of our clients' windows. Now, after this accident, I actually implemented something into the business where we no longer flip windows in to clean just because of the risk factor of that window falling in and breaking. Had I not had insurance, I couldn't even tell you how much money I would have had to pay out of pocket. And at that given time, I didn't have it. I had just started the business and I was actually extremely lucky that I was smart enough to go ahead and purchase that basic liability package. A third scenario that I'm going to share with you guys, which thank God I did not have to go through my insurance, was when we accidentally, and we didn't know any better at that time, but again, we put policies in place moving forward. And the accident or the huge mistake that we made was flushing those disposable toilet wand pods down the toilet. Just because they are made for the toilet doesn't mean that they can be flushed down the toilet. And a couple days later, or a week out after cleaning the house, the homeowner got in contact with me and showed me that they actually had to go into their septic tank or plumbing system and they removed the toilet wand. Again, I was super lucky that the client wanted to go through their homeowner's insurance and did not come after or take any legal action. But had they come after me and taken legal action, I would have absolutely went through my insurance company. Let's talk numbers. How much does cleaning business insurance cost? You can save up to 25% in discounts when you buy your cleaning business insurance through Next. Now, the exact amount that you will pay depend on a number of variables. Number one are the types of cleaning services that you offer. Number two are the kinds of facilities that you clean. Number three are if you have employees and the kinds of works that they do. And number four are the types and number of vehicles that you drive in your business. Business insurance has never been easier. Get an instant quote by clicking the link in the description of this video. You can get covered in 10 minutes and save up to 25% in discounts. With Next, you can get instant proof of insurance and easy low monthly payments. You can also do 100% of this online or talk to a licensed US-based advisor if you choose. Liability insurance is a must-have for covering your bases, but you may want to add other types of insurances to protect your cleaning equipment, your work vehicles, and of course, your employees. Let's talk a little bit about what Workman's Compensation is and what that looks like for cleaners. Now, if you have employees, Workman's Compensation insurance for cleaners helps offset the cost of medical bills if your employees get hurt or sick while on the job. Workman's Compensation can also help to cover their lost wages while they recover from accidentally falling down the steps while vacuuming, or if you're me, falling off a ladder while cleaning a lamp. Now, this coverage is required for businesses with employees in every state except for Texas. I've learned that a lot of new business owners get kind of freaked out when it comes to Workman's Compensation, and as you should be, rightfully, because I have heard many a horror story from friends, colleagues, and even family members. Now, one of my family members owns a mechanic shop. My father owns a mechanic shop, and he actually wasn't keeping up to date with his Workman's Compensation payments, and he had somebody actually get hurt while working at the job. And I specifically remember, because I was working for him, that it was an absolute nightmare. He came into the office crying because he found out that he did not have Workman's Compensation on the date of the accident because they simply weren't keeping up with their payments. And he had a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. He was able to recoup from it, but it did take him a while, and it was a very big issue at the time. And it was an extremely stressful situation for him to be in. From witnessing my father go through that stressful situation, I knew that Workman's Compensation was going to be a priority when starting my very own business. And as I mentioned, if you have friends in this industry, or any industry really, you will hear horror stories about people not having Workman's Compensation and then later on, just like my father, having to come out of pocket for simply just not being covered. We may not always anticipate an accident happening. I mean, who really ever does? But they do happen. As I mentioned, I have fallen off a ladder before. I have fell down the steps. I have slipped on water. I have literally hurt myself in every which way possible. Oh, and one time, actually, not to be a little gross or anything, but I sliced my hand inside of somebody's sink. And after that day, we implemented a policy that we don't hand wash dishes. But had that been one of my employees, I would have had to go through my Workman's Compensation if it was as bad as it was for my hand. I actually couldn't work for a couple of weeks because I had to let that heal. Now let's just do a little recap of the insurances that we've already spoken about. We've talked about basic liability insurance, which a lot of us already know about and have. And we also spoke about errors and omission insurance, which is also known as professional liability. And of course, we talked about workman's compensation. Now let's talk a little bit about commercial auto insurance and tools and equipment insurance. Commercial auto insurance is legally required in most states if you own a car or truck that's titled to your business. Even if you drive your own truck to a job site, it probably will not be covered under your personal car insurance. Now, with the commercial auto insurance, you guys want to make sure that you have this on your vehicles if you are driving your vehicles to job sites. God forbid you were to get into an accident with one of your employees in the car and they say, or anybody says, that you guys were working, this is not going to be covered under your regular car insurance. Luckily, we have never had an accident when driving our personal vehicles to work, but in the beginning, when we did start our business, that was something that we were doing that was not right. We were driving our own cars and taking our employees that were covered by our personal insurance. I quickly learned that that was not the way to go about it, and I went ahead and registered our vehicle under the company and then got that commercial insurance because I never wanted to be liable for hurting somebody or accidentally just getting into an accident with one of my employees in the car. So definitely keep that in consideration if you guys are driving your personal vehicles around for work, especially if you have employees in the vehicle with you. Tools and equipment insurance for cleaners. Tools and equipment insurance can be added to your general liability to help cover the cost of repairing or replacing your gear, whether it's a mop or extension poles. Now, this can also go for larger items such as carpet cleaning machines, stripping and waxing machines, and air duct cleaning machines, and so forth. Now, the tools and equipment insurance we also have coverage for because we do have expensive equipment. So we have carpet cleaning machines, we have stripping and waxing machines, we have air duct cleaning machines, we have all kinds of commercial grade equipment for the janitorial side of our business, and having this tools and equipment insurance is very helpful because, or gives me rather, a sense of peace, knowing that if somebody were to come in and steal our stuff, or if something were to get damaged, that I do have coverage that is going to help replace those very expensive items for my cleaning business. From one cleaning business owner to another, I do want to say that if you can afford to get insurance for your cleaning business, even if you are a solo cleaner, right away before you can even take a clean, please go ahead and invest in yourself because you never know what can happen inside of a client's home, even when cleaning by yourself. We have had so many mishaps and accidents, and thank God some of them we didn't have to go through the insurance because it was easier to replace the items. As I mentioned, we've broken microwaves, we have clogged client septic systems, we have shattered windows, we have shattered sliding glass doors to the shower. I have cut my hand in people's sinks. I have fell off of ladders. I mean, there are so many unexpected accidents that could possibly happen while you're out there solo cleaning. So why not just get the coverage that you need so that you can work in peace? There is nothing like having insurance when you need it. All you have to do is give your insurance company a call, let them know of the incident, and they will assist you with opening this case, and then will later on directly cut either you or your client a check for the mistakes that were happened on their property. You also never want to have to worry about an employee slipping and falling, or God forbid, breaking a bone or hurting themselves, and you not having that workman's compensation that you need in place. They will go directly after your company, and you will have to pay a substantial amount of money out of pocket. And I know that for a lot of us, even in the first couple of years, that can totally ruin us. A couple grand, a couple $1,000s. So to avoid those situations, I would say please, please, please get yourselves a quote. It's really not that expensive. I am in the New York, New Jersey area, and I pay under $100 a month for up to $1 million in liability insurance. As I mentioned, we also do have the tools and equipment insurance, and we have the commercial automobile insurance because, again, we can never foresee when accidents are going to happen, and I just sleep better at night knowing that if something were to happen that no one could go after my business. Hope you guys found this YouTube video educational and informational. Again, please be sure to check out the link in the description of this video so you guys can get your free quote from Next Insurance.